What on earth? What's happening? What did Gummy say? He said it feels more like winter in the Autumn Palace. I don't get it. I haven't been able to enter the room personally, but it should be possible to look inside after the police have finished investigating. I'd like to know what it's like in there myself. Isn't there anyone else who knows about the incident? Ah, there is someone. Miles' friend, right? Friend? Though he's such a nuisance, we have no choice but to listen to what he has to say for now. Larry Butts. Oh, pardon me. Wait, you mean... Oh, you're here too, Kay. You're looking cute as ever. Long time no see. It's Larry, isn't it? Okay, right now my name is Laurice. I'm an artist, that's why. Ah, so that's your pen name. Laurice, the artist formerly known as Larry. Wow, you really are a good girl, Kay. Nothing like edgy here. Somehow I knew that was coming. Larry, I have many things I need to ask you. What's this? Don't tell me you suspect me again. You're gonna say because I was first on the scene, I must be the culprit, aren't you? I never said anything like that. I only want you to tell me what you saw. You said you saw something that no one should ever have to see, did you not? But now I'm saying I didn't see nothing, and I didn't do nothing. Probably. Oh my, he didn't seem so confident at the end there. There are somewhat troublesome circumstances surrounding this man. The saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts, still holds true, 26 years on. One could say his tendency to attract trouble is legendary. Seems he's done something troublesome without even realizing it himself. I'll just have to try and extract the truth from him. With chess. Wait. Anyway. Okay, cool. My goal is to expose whatever Larry is hiding. However, I didn't see nothing, I didn't do nothing. Larry is an extremely restless and troublesome man. Until he cools down, I'll just wait and see. First, I'll ask him about his goal. This isn't something I can't handle. I'll finish this quickly. Yay! I was gonna say, it's been a while since we've done logic chess. Why did you come here? What was your purpose for coming to the art gallery? What? Are you saying that I don't belong in an art gallery? Wait and see. Hey, if you're not gonna talk, hold that pose so I can paint your portrait. And then I'll scribble all over the portrait I drew of you. He's still really angry. I was just joking. I would never scribble over my paintings. Of course. They're works of art, after all. I don't think any of your works would qualify as art. Don't look down on me. There are people who recognize my skills as an artist. Those people are blind. Mandy is my girlfriend, but it's really my paintings she fell in love with. That's why I'll sketch anything my girlfriend likes. Then why are you here on your own today? So what, can't a guy with a girlfriend spend some time alone? Jesus Christ. Mandy said she's a Gemini. I thought she'd be happy if I showed her a sketch of it on our next date. Do you really have that much confidence in the sketch? Well, I'm not so confident about this one. But I thought she would be happy if I did a sketch of her astrological sign. You came to see the Gemini sculpture? Ah-ha-ha! I see. That's just like you. To impress Mandy, you came here to see the Gemini sculpture, didn't you? Oh! What? How did you find out? Because you just unknowingly told me everything. Well then, I'm not saying another word from now on. He's finally decided to remain silent. In that case, I'll be more relentless in my questioning. I'll try to find out what he was doing here at the art gallery. Hey, got my time back. I'll expose his true motives. This shouldn't take long. What did you do at the art gallery? You? Just what did you do in this art gallery? What's with that glare? I don't really remember anything. I didn't have a pamphlet, so I just loitered around the fountain patio. You forgot to get a pamphlet? Don't they give you a pamphlet at the reception booth after you pay the admission fee? Oof. Huh? Oh, is that right? So, the admission wasn't free, huh? You didn't pay? Don't tell me. You sneaked in here without paying. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do anything bad. It's just... there was no one at the reception booth. That's why... I thought you could come in here for free. Miss Hall wasn't there? Miss Hall wasn't at the reception booth? Yeah, it didn't look like there was anyone on the other side of the desk. Come to think of it, Gumshoe did say something about that. Miss Hall was busy activating the sprinklers from the security room. Because of the incident, she had to leave the reception booth. Poor Katie. She went to all that trouble to open up the place. And now, the art gallery's star attraction, the Winter Palace, is completely ruined. You know about the Winter Palace? Oh, it went silent. You're certainly well informed about the Winter Palace for someone without a pamphlet. The Winter Palace is where your goal, the Gemini sculpture, is located. You had your sights set on the Winter Palace from the beginning, didn't you? Oh, there's 2 pieces down. What? How'd you find me out again? That's right, my goal was to see the Gemini sculpture. From the very beginning, the Winter Palace was the very reason why I came here. He confessed quite easily. You can never tell anything with this man. Next, I'll ask for further information regarding the Winter Palace. Yay, more time. May still have some fight left in him. I'll watch his reactions and extract the information I need. So, did you enter the Winter Palace? What did you see in the Winter Palace? I have no more use for you. Alright, did you see the Winter Palace? Did you also enter the Winter Palace? What's with that look of distrust? Sure. I tried going in, but... You couldn't get in? You tried to go in, but you weren't actually able to, right? Oh, right. Yeah, that's about right. I wanted to go in, but... Then the old geezer collapsed. I was a little freaked out. It was because of the victim? So you couldn't get in because the victim of the poison gas collapsed? Yeah, he fell right out of the Winter Palace. I'm sure the victim emerged from the Autumn Palace. If it weren't for that poison gas incident, I'd be in there sketching the Gemini sculpture right now. Larry must have mistaken the Autumn Palace for the Winter Palace. That aside, it seems his goal was to sketch the sculpture. Huh. This should be a useful clue. So what did you see in the Winter Palace? Larry, did you see anything in the Winter Palace? You're still hung up on that. Didn't I say that I didn't see anything? I started to think that it wasn't such a good idea to come to the art gallery. I needed to leave soon to meet with my girlfriend. Perhaps I should try using that clue. What about your sketch? You came here to sketch the sculpture for your girlfriend, did you not? I don't think you would give up that easily. Even after the victim collapsed, you could still see inside the room from the outside, right? Well, I may have gotten a tiny glimpse, but... there's no evidence that I saw something scary in there, right? You saw something scary? Aha! Is that everything? My. I'm disappointed it turned out to be this simple. Larry, you saw something scary at the crime scene, didn't you? Oh! Edgy, can you read my mind? In that case, there's no point in keeping any more secrets from you. Yeah, there's no point in keeping secrets anyway. I'll only figure it out. You just told me everything of your own accord. That was a complete waste of time. But, finally, here's checkmate. Yay! Nice. Love it. I had my eyes fixed on the Gemini sculpture. Whoa. You've mentioned the Gemini sculpture many times now, but I don't believe the sculpture you saw was the Gemini one. What? Was it a mirage then? Larry mistakenly thought he saw the Winter Palace. This piece of evidence shows what Larry really saw. Yeah, Autumn Palace. Wait. Oh! Summer, spring, winter, autumn. He would have seen... Aquarius? He probably started to sculpt Aquarius. Maybe. I mean, it is Larry, he's not the brightest spark. Take a look at this pamphlet. In the Autumn Palace, the Pisces, Capricorn, Aries and Aquarius sculptures are displayed. Incidentally, I can confirm that the Gemini sculpture is located in the Winter Palace. Therefore, the sculpture you saw could not have been the Gemini one. I knew it. I expected him to be a bit more shocked at the news. I thought it was kind of strange. I know I saw a single goddess. And that transformation was no mirage. Transformation, you say? Oh, you're curious too, Edgy? Well, nothing for it. Guess I'll have to show you. Show me? What exactly? I drew a picture of the very scene I saw back then. Well, I really can't believe what I drew. Picture? What picture? This one right here. What the fuck? What? What is this disturbing picture? Is that sculpture weeping tears of blood? Maurice, this picture is scary. Okay, it scared me too. This Gemini sculpture suddenly transformed into a goddess right before my eyes. I couldn't help but scream. So the victim collapsing wasn't what surprised him. What do you mean when you say transformed? I don't really understand it myself. The lower half of its body just turned into a fish. A fish goddess? That would be the Pisces sculpture, wouldn't it? In mythology, Pisces represents the fish that a goddess and her son transform into. Really? So Pisces isn't just a couple of ordinary fish? Edgy, you don't think that sculpture is cursed, do you? Those tears of blood turned the Gemini sculpture into a fish. Preposterous. You simply mistook the Pisces sculpture for the Gemini one. Pisces sketch. Larry drew a sketch of the Pisces sculpture just as he saw it. Creepy. Oh, you put the sketch in your organizer? Even a sketch like this can be used as scrap paper after all. How could you? Well, it's strange. Why did only the lower half of the sculpture transform? Uncle Ray's a bit curious about what went on in the Autumn Palace. Indeed. I wonder if someone tampered with the Pisces sculpture. Yes, Edgeworth here. Mr. Edgeworth, we finished searching the room. The poison gas isn't a threat anymore, so you can enter the crime scene. Right, good work, Detective. It seems we can enter the Autumn Palace now. Nice timing, Mr. Detective. Let's go right now. I want to see the Pisces sculpture. If Kay is going, I'm going too. I was planning on bringing him along anyway. Right then, let's proceed to the Autumn Palace. Woohoo! Oh man, Larry actually has kind of a similar walk cycle to to rear shields. So, this is the Autumn Palace. It only does resemble the Winter Palace. I've been waiting, sir. Huh? Aren't you that Harry Butts guy? Wrong, I'm Laurie Stoneham. Never mind that, detective. Your report, if you please. Roger that, sir. We discovered a used gas burner during our investigation. The nozzle was still warm when we found it, so it may be related to the incident. Was it used to heat something? Used gas burner jotted down in my organizer. Traces that it was used before the police arrived. Was it used to heat something? Was that ladder always there on the ground? It was probably used by the person who set off the poison gas. The poison gas was released when someone lifted the lid off that glass case, sir. The Pisces sculpture. Huh? Seems like you know about it, sir. Well then. Do you know what the sculpture next to it is? Since we're in the Autumn Palace, it would probably be the Capricorn sculpture. As expected of Mr. Edgeworth, I thought it was Taurus myself. I was thrown off, as it was covered by this weird cloth. The fluorescent cloth! I wonder what it's doing here. Evidence from the IS-7 incident. Another one. What on earth? No matter. No matter what it is or how it got here. It moves. There's two of them. The sculptures in this room are all covered with this fluorescent cloth. And because they're hidden, it makes me want to see them even more. Let's take a look. I'll just get this cloth off. Wow, they're beautiful. Oh wow. You don't think the transformation Larry saw was in fact the moment the cloth wrapped around the lower half of Pisces fell? See, Edgy? It wasn't a mirage or mistake after all. Hey, Miles. There sure is something strange about this room. It looks exactly the same as the Winter Palace we were in just a moment ago. Yeah, I agree. Perhaps the sculptures were hidden to make it look like the Winter Palace. If you wrap the cloth around the lower half of the Pisces sculpture, it looks like Gemini. Capricorn is a half fish too. Hide the lower half and it resembles Taurus. The remaining two, which couldn't be altered with trickery, were covered up. The Autumn Palace was made to look like the Winter Palace. So it seems, Mr. Shields. Looks like we'll need to conduct an investigation of the Autumn Palace too. Hold it. Ah, Christ. Mr. DeBest and Judge Courtney. Hey, you guys again. This is a problem. You see, this is my crime scene. Mr. Edgeworth? It seems my power is insufficient. If you're here, then it would appear that you still haven't understood my warnings. Furthermore, you know full well your reckless actions will cause trouble for that detective. In the name of the goddess of law, I must pass judgment. You got it all wrong, pal. I was the one who asked Mr. Edgeworth to investigate. Really? Well then, Flatfoot. I'll have to do that. That? Yeah, that. Right. Cut your salary. Looking forward to your next payday? I've always wanted to say that. Oh, you're the last person I want cutting my salary, pal. Hold it, DeBest. I'm only cooperating with the police as a witness to this incident. Detective Gumshoe is not to blame. So that's how it is. Well then, should I be raising his salary? No, that's not what I meant. But it would be really nice to get my salary raised. Your mercy is deeply moving, Sebastian. But past transgressions must lead to future judgments. Prosecutor Edgeworth, and all in his company, depart at once from this holy site. But we only just got here. So the one Wait, the one given the Goddess of Law's blessing for this incident was Sebastian. In other words, Mr. DeBest is the prosecutor in charge of this case. That's right, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening performance is over. Besides, I've already got my eyes set on the culprit. What? Who, pal? Well, naturally. That artist. Me? Hey, what's going on, Edgy? Don't ask me. I can't understand his reasoning. Tisk, tisk, tisk. You can't understand how the best prosecutor thinks, it simply shows how inculpable you are. Seems he doesn't know what inculpable even means. That would make two of us. That's right, Sebastian. Prosecutor Edgeworth is quite incapable. Yes, he's incapable. She just nonchalantly corrected him. Don't underestimate my intelligence gathering skills. I just came from the infirmary and asked the doctor there about the cause of the poison gas. And what was the cause? Some normal substance. What was its name again? Hold on a second. We'll call the doctor to make sure. Did they mix two chemicals together? Oh, since Sebastian is on the phone, I'll answer for him. In that case, why didn't you tell us before he called? The poison gas was caused by the mixing of two different types of chemicals. Their names are normalium and fatalium. So, what are those chemicals exactly? Normalium is a red liquid that's commonly used in everyday products. It can be found in paint and detergent, among other things, but it is not toxic by itself. So you're saying that it's a substance readily available to anyone? Yes, but fatalium, on the other hand, is not so easy to obtain. Its name sure sounds dangerous. What's it used for? It is the active ingredient of a white pesticide known as Megatonic X. So fatalium itself also has a deep white colour, but it's not readily sold in stores. It's nearly impossible to obtain domestically. Right now we are looking into how this chemical was obtained. So the white fatalium mixed with the red normalium caused a chemical reaction. Okay, I finally found out the names of those chemicals. Judge Courtney has already told us. We don't need to hear it again. Fine then, I'll cut to the chase. You know that normalium from the poison gas is also used in paint, right? Today, out of everyone who visited the art gallery, the only one carrying paint was that artist. You're treating me as a culprit just because of that? I object to the red paint on the palette you're carrying. Hey, Edgy. Don't you think this prosecutor is kind of an idiot? Indeed, although I've only known him for a short time. His logic is always absurd. Hey, don't ignore me. It's alright, Sebastian. They're only doing it because they're afraid of you. Oh my god. Like the first star to appear at night. Show us reasoning that shines the best. The first star shines best. Not bad. Hey, you guys better listen up too. Oh, right, okay. This is the best's shining logic. Yeah, of course. The artist was the first to discover the victim, so naturally he's the best suspect. The poison gas was caused by normalium, a chemical found in paint, right? As he was carrying paint near the victim, he would have had the best chance. The paint, along with being the first witness, that pretty much proves he's the culprit. Wait, what? So, what do you think, Justine? We cannot ignore the possibility. She's literally nothing but an enabler. She enables him to be shit, and encourages him to continually be shit. It's not good. Well then, Mr. Artist, please, tell us the truth. Did you leave red paint at the crime scene? Or else? Did you cause the poison gas to go off? The only thing I leave behind is my bond of love with you. my god. Please watch what you say. My gavel is already prepared to declare you guilty. Please pay no heed to this man's statements. Hey, you guys. Ignoring my reasoning just because it's flawless won't do you any good. Mr. Edgeworth, if you've already admitted defeat, you should take your leave. Even though I don't really have time to deal with your ridiculous reasoning, let's do it. I was going to press the first statement because I present on the second. Because he only mentions one chemical, he does not mention, God, what was the other? Fatalium. He only mentions normalium. Indeed, at first glance this man seems suspicious, however... At first glance? What's with that first all of a sudden? Are you trying to steal my spot as the star that shines best? Huh? Would that make me the best artist? Larry, don't make this any more confusing than it already is. Mr. the Best, continue your reasoning, now. Oh god. Mr. the Best, your logic is more akin to a shooting star than a shining star. It shines the best like a shooting star, right? It may shine brightly for a brief moment, but then it burns itself out. The poison gas originated from inside the glass case of the Pisces sculpture. Exactly. So that's where the artist set off the gas, right? He used the normalium in his red paint. As your senior, let me give you one piece of advice. Listen to the explanations of others. The poison gas was caused by mixing both normalium and fatalium together. The normalium contained in the red paint is not enough by itself. Really? But I thought I heard that normalium caused a fatality. Oh my god, don't tell me you just misheard the forensics report. Darn it! By the time Larry discovered the victim, the room was already filled with poison gas. It's time for you to realize how incapable you really are. Hey, what do you mean by incapable? You tried to use that word earlier, and you still don't know what it means. He means to say you are lacking in ability. Incidentally, inculpable has a completely different meaning. I get it. You're making fun of me again, aren't you? I'm merely saying you were incapable in your investigation. Of course. Before you insult Sebastian, I still have some doubts about your own statement. What kind of doubts? For all we know, Mr. Artist could have simply entered the Autumn Palace at an earlier time. That's absurd. Moreover, do you have evidence that the red paint is unrelated to the case? The most important thing now is not the red paint. The red normalium and the white fatalium. Exactly how were these two substances mixed? I believe that is our main concern. Naturally. It was Sebastian's job to investigate that, but he failed. Were it not for your interference, we would have found that out by now. I never intended to interfere. On the contrary, I'd like to cooperate. Don't tell me you're going to say you know the cause of the poison gas. How the poison gas started, I have something that may shed some light on this matter. Sebastian, do not fall for his bluff. Come now, it's fine really. Let's hear what he's come up with. If you say so, Sebastian. Come on, show us. How did the poison gas start? Oh. Surely you're not saying that this was the cause of the poison gas. It seems even you've noticed it. Duh, it really stands out. Those red tears that Larry saw were undoubtedly normalium. Wait a second. If those were chemicals, does that mean a ghost set off the poison gas? I don't have time to play along with him. The red tears of normalium could not have triggered the poison gas by itself. That red liquid was mixed inside the case to create the poison gas. What? Just where do you see evidence that the chemicals were mixed? That can also be seen in this sketch. Here's the evidence. 2 chemicals were mixed. Yeah, the pink stain on the floor. Ooh! A pink liquid can be seen flowing out from under the case of the Pisces sculpture. This is proof that the 2 chemicals were mixed. But hold on a second, I still don't get it. How does this show that normalium and fatalium were mixed? Since we have a self-proclaimed artist here, I'll let him explain. Larry, you fancy yourself an artist, so you should know about mixing paint, right? What do you add to red to make pink? Don't take me for a fool, Edgy. I'll have you know I graduated from middle school. You add white to red to make pink. It's common knowledge. Well, technically, there's rose pink, a baby pink, and several others. That's enough. Now do you understand, Mr. the Best? Ah, that's how it is. By mixing red normalium with white fatalium, you get a pink liquid. Yes, exactly. Took him long enough. I see. Looks like Mr. the Best finally gets it. Or not. Prosecutor Edgeworth, you have merely presented one possibility. Do we really know if the colour was the result of the 2 chemicals mixed together? Furthermore, this sketch was drawn by the suspect. I cannot put much faith into it. I just painted what I saw. How could that be a lie? Mr. Artist, I did not permit you to speak. Ugh, so cold. But that's part of a charm. Of course, I intend to bring the truth to light immediately. It would not be wise to jeopardize your position even further. Aren't you going to answer my question from before? How do you know that Mr. Artist did not enter the Autumn Palace? If you cannot prove this, there is no room for you to argue any further. Hey, couldn't we find that out if we talked to the victim, pal? The victim, Dane Gustavia, remains unconscious and in critical condition. That's right. Well then, Sebastian. Oh, Sebastian will be investigating the crime scene now. All of you, please vacate the premises. Is it rare? If you were to take a stand in court, you'd cause a lot of trouble for the presiding judge. Is there something you would like to say, Mr. Artist? Hold your horses, Miss Cool Beauty. My name is Justine Courtney. Please don't address me by such a strange title. Oh, you finally told me your name. Pleased to meet you, Justine. I'm Laurice Donham, but you can call me Laurice. Mr. Artist, please get to the point. I just remembered something I haven't had the chance to say yet. When I first got to this room, it was locked, so I couldn't go in. But then that old dude just suddenly fell through the door. It would appear that the palace rooms can be locked from the inside. But just because you say it was so, doesn't mean the door was locked. Without proof, your statement holds no value. Objection. Hey, Ray! Well, why not let Uncle Ray prove it for you? What? After all, we can confirm the room was locked too. Right, Miles? Yes, I remember as well. Yeah, when we first tried to go in. The Winter Palace should be... Huh? It's locked up. That's odd. They've already opened the museum. Until the gas outbreak, no one could have entered this room. Perhaps the suspect entered the room with the victim during the gas outbreak. As you can see, this man did not inhale any of the gas. If you examine his belongings, you'll find he wasn't carrying a gas mask either. Is that so? Well then, I have no choice but to agree. That was easier than I expected. Anyway, I presume this clears up any suspicion surrounding Larry. It seems that Mr. DeBest's logic was off once again. Wahaha. Not exactly, I just didn't have enough information, that's all. Therefore, my reasoning was just before its time. He sure has a grand way of saying that things didn't work out for him. In that case, there is one more suspect who has yet to take the stand. Mr. Artist, you are free to go. Huh. I wanted to talk to you a little more, Justy. Overruled. Your cold demeanor leaves me mesmerized all the more. This other suspect is a pharmacist by the name of Delicia Scones. It would have been difficult for this artist to obtain the Fatalium from Megatoxin X. But a pharmacist may have knowledge of how to do just that. The court will now take a 10-minute recess. Sebastian, it would be best if we brought her in quickly. Best if we brought her quickly? Sounds good, leave it to me. Hey, Flatfoot, keep up the investigation. Got it. Don't tell me, Judge Courtney suspected her from the very beginning. So Mr. de Best's logic wasn't any help at all. Judge Courtney, just what is she thinking? Oh. Oh, really? To be continued. Son of a bitch. Well, I got through 2 parts. Yeah, I got through beginning 2 and middle part 1, so not too bad. There's 3 more parts of the middle? Shit. I think I might just try and get through 2 parts per session. Yeah, I just think it'd work out better. Honestly, it really depends on how long they take. Like the first, like the beginning part 2 only took like 50 minutes. This took an hour. Which seems to be like very common. Oh yeah, whoops. There we go. By the way, that is going to be the end of this session. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. And until next time, take care.